Try to initiate release sequencer. On my mark. 5.
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
2. 1. Mark.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mark, a.k.a. Derringer. Today is Sunday, April 5th, and you are listening to episode 255 of the Instant Action Podcast, your weekly source for planet-side news and information. As always, I'm brought to you by great listeners like you via the Support the Show tab on instantactionpodcast.com. So what's been going on with me this past week? Well, it's been all hands on deck for Outfit Wars, pretty much. I'm getting burnt out, but I'll talk about that a little bit later on in this week's show, because my third topic this week is going to be about, my experiences with this Outfit Wars scoring phase and my thoughts going forward. But other than that, like I said, I've been playing a absolute fuck ton of PlanetSide 2 right now. And certainly this quarantine business doesn't, help with the boredom and logging into PlanetSide 2 and playing nonstop and stuff like that. Hopefully this coronavirus stuff isn't affecting your family too much. Good news is my daughter, who came down with pneumonia, doesn't seem like she had coronavirus or anything like that. She's certainly starting to feel better. Our next door neighbor also came down with pneumonia. She doesn't have coronavirus, so it seems like we're still coronavirus free in the Derringer household. So that's good news, and I really hope all my listeners out there are surviving this forced quarantine and stuff like that well. Hope your mental health is in a good state, and hope everyone is doing well from this and not getting sick and stuff like that. Listen to my soothing voice and we'll all get through this. But enough about me. What's in store fully for this week's show? Well, first, I want to give a shout out to the Nanite Appreciation sales that returned to the depot this week. As always, there's some really great things to buy, and especially if you're new players jumping into the game, if you're looking to flesh out your arsenal with weapons and other stuff, this is the best way that you can get a lot of that stuff. After that, it's back into Outfit Wars with the changes to the scoring and the fairness fixes that went live last Wednesday. No, they were not an April Fool's joke. They are real. And then, like I said, I'm going to spend some time after that talking about my experiences with this Outfit Wars scoring phase. So strap in as we hot drop into another episode of the Instant Action Podcast. So like I said, first, Nanite Appreciation sales are back in the depot. They are running right now through Sunday, April 26th. So if you're listening to this week's show, you got 1, 2, 3, at least 3 weeks right now that the Nanite Appreciation stuff is back in the depot. And you might be asking yourself, what is the Nanite Appreciation stuff? So it's everything that came out in the 31 days of Araximus this past December 2019. So that means you can get your hands on things like the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th anniversary bundles. You can grab the NSX Arsenal bundle. You can grab the NS Arsenal bundle. You can get the PS1 Bending bundle. You've got the Reenlistment Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and Delta bundles. You've got the Gold Lovers bundle. You got the HL4 Armor bundles are in there. You can also pick up things like the Solid Faction camos, the Metallic Faction camos, the Bare Metal camos, the Pink camos, and if you've been playing against B-Way on Emerald right now, you know we're all rocking the pink camo right now. You can get your hands on the NSW Survivor knife. You can get your hands on Santa's Little Helper shotgun. You can get your hands on the Platinum Commissioner, the Platinum NS-15. You can get your hands on the platinum heavy weapons. That's the lasher, the jackhammer, and the mini chain gun. You can get your hands on the Fate Stealer knife at this point. You can also get the faction wrapped and gold wrapped camos. And finally, it looks like the Lunar Tires bundle is back, and also the LB00 Python AP main cannon is back as well. And last but not least, this may be one of your last chances to get your hands on this bundle. This is the Arena bundle. Obviously, PlanetSide Arena is dead, but it does still live on with this particular bundle in the depot right now. It actually has some cool skins of some guns in it that, if you don't own them, I highly recommend them. They're actually pretty nice. But again, all this stuff is in the depot right now. So if you missed any of these early in January, they're all back. I think this is actually a really nice thing that Rogue Planet Games can do, because obviously we don't always get our hands on these things, especially some of these older anniversary bundles. And I've seen quite a few posts recently on Reddit, people saying, how do I get X camo, or how do I get Y camo in game? Where was this sold? How do I buy it? I think if you go through a lot of these various bundles, you'll see a lot of these camos that people are wearing within them. And especially looking at some of these, like the 6th, the 5th anniversary bundles specifically, I can't remember. I think it's in the 4th as well. Can't remember about the 3rd, 2nd, or 1st. But don't forget, you can get your hands on the 12-month experience boosts as well. Those themselves really help new players push their way up into higher battle ranks and more certs, because the double experience alone on those is huge. I go through and I buy one every year, one of the anniversary bundles every year, so that I can get my hands on one of those 12-month boosts on my main characters. And I definitely recommend you guys do it as well. So again, if you are a new player listening to this podcast, thinking, how can I get better, or how can I flesh out my arsenal within the game itself, these sales are definitely a good way to do it. And the nice thing is you do have 3 weeks now to actually get in there and start picking up with these. I think I own all of these things, to tell you the truth. Maybe I didn't buy the HL4 armor bundle. I didn't buy the Lunar Tires bundle either, but I'm pretty sure I've bought every other thing that's listed on here, because as you know, I'm a longtime player of PlanetSide 2. So again, don't forget that these things are out there. Get them before they're gone on April 26th. So second up this week is obviously the biggest news that came out, and it's funny that this dropped on April 1st, because I think a lot of people suspected this might be an April Fool's joke, but it was not. You'll note that in light of the coronavirus stuff going on, a lot of people held off from doing April Fool's stuff. And you guys know me. I try to do something April Fool's-y every year. I did have something in the hopper that I was going to release, but I just kind of felt maybe this year's not the time to do it, so I held off on it, and maybe I'll do it next year when April Fool's runs around. And you notice there wasn't a lot of stuff from Daybreak Games or Rogue Planet Games specifically about April Fool's. Yes, they did have the mask out that you could wear during April Fool's Day. I did. But other than that, they didn't really have any other April Fool's-y stuff going on this year. And again, I think it's really everybody kind of held off because of the coronavirus stuff that's going on. But they did drop, and they mentioned it the day before so that everyone would realize that it's not an April Fool's joke, that they were going to be changing the Outfit Wars Alpha 1 scoring system, because they felt that there was some fairness or unfairness going on with some of the top outfits on the leaderboard. And as a whole, all of us really have to thank Binary NS on Reddit for dropping a lot of this stuff on Reddit about what was going on and how some people were kind of gaming the system for Outfit Wars and gaining points without really, with kind of cheesing the system itself. So a really big props to him and the other people that helped him kind of figure out how the scoring system worked and how people were cheesing it and getting as high as they were on the leaderboard. So with that said, there were a lot of fairness in scoring that came up, and the devs are addressing it. So they originally set up Alpha 1 with the expectation that they'd see what kind of meta developed and then use that as a baseline for moving forward. So they've already come up with a lot of different changes for the next round, but they did feel that there were a lot of exploits that surfaced that were devaluing some of the work that many outfits were putting in, and they didn't want that to color the first foray into Outfit Wars negatively. So they're going to take a mulligan on the first round of qualifiers, and as of April 1st, the new round of qualifiers as follows has been put in place. So right now, when participating in a base capture, only the top 10 scores of players within the same outfit will be combined to equal the outfit's capture score. Previously, it would combine the scores of every outfit member at the base. Now, score is the raw experience gained during a base fight, unmodified by boosts. This is a huge change, obviously, because a lot of the Zerg fits out there, or maybe I shouldn't. I know I mentioned them as Zerg fits on last week's show, but the large outfits out there that are fielding thousands of players were much easily more able to make a much larger score by dumping their entire population on a base. And it was really choking out mid-fits, small fits, things like that were trying to make their way onto the leaderboard. Next, they've taken some of the more passive or farmable experience types and removed them from the scoring altogether. So this includes Ammo Pack XP, Repair XP, Revive XP, Healing, Spawn Experience, etc. So now base objectives now matter more than they did before. And I, for one, am very happy with this particular change because Ammo Pack Experience, I think, was probably the biggest thing, and we were testing this when we were playing as well. I joined a squad particularly that would throw ammo down on a point and then just shoot their guns in the air and continuously resupply, and I was really trying to push myself to get banned from the game for ammo pack exploitation to see how far we could actually push it. And this was definitely contributing a lot more. And same thing with repairs, same thing with revives, because you just have people reviving people nonstop, even if it didn't matter to taking a point or anything like that. Healing as well, putting spawns out there, putting extra, routers or extra sunders and things like that, and just getting killed and respawning just to put points on the board. So I'm very happy that a lot of the passive or farmable experience types don't contribute. And since I play engineer pretty much 100% of the time, for me to say this, it really shows that it was such a feeling of unfairness that I'm glad they made the change to that. Next, they changed the fact that you can no longer capture bases on locked continents and earning resources from bases on locked continents. Basically, what was happening there was you'd drop all your folks on top of a point just as a continent was about to lock at the end of an alert. And, you could spread these larger outfits were doing this. You could spread a whole bunch of players on a whole bunch of different bases. And as long as they were on the point of that base when the continent flipped, and especially when it flipped in their favor, they were getting a whole bunch of scored points for that. And they were really running up the score because of that. So that that definitely no longer counts when continents are becoming locked. And that adds to the second thing, standing at an uncontested enemy base when the continent locks no longer grants your outfit base capture credit just for being there. So what do all these changes mean for outfits going forward? Basically, being early to arrive at a base matters more, as you'll have more time to accrue score. Also, capturing and defending base objectives counts more than it did previously. Those types of experience still count towards base capture score. So again, capturing the base, defending a base, hacking terminals, destroying generators, things like that, accrue much more score or are much more valued than they were previously. And also they feel that smaller outfits and extremely large outfits are now on a more level playing field when it comes to claiming a base. I'll talk about that one a little bit more in the third topic of this week's show. So the final thing on this is that they're keeping a lot of how points are scored close to their vest on this one, because they're looking to prevent further exploitation instead of everybody knowing how all the scoring is done. So instead, they want to encourage people to instead play as you normally would in PlanetSide 2 and see how things shake out. Now, they do realize that all of these changes are abrupt, and that it really may shake up the outfit leaderboard for Outfit Wars going forward, but they do want to try to make this playing field a lot more leveled off than it was. And note that the qualification phase is ending today as I record this, so people do still have they had time to kind of redo everything and see how everything's working out. I can say Emerald is very interesting on the VS side, which I'll talk about a little bit next. But overall, I'm happy with the changes that they made to this, because I do think that everything felt very exploitable and that there were a number of outfits exploiting this and kind of ruining it for other outfits that were really trying to participate in Outfit Wars. So all in all, I do think that this is a good change made, but I do think that more needs to be done for the next phase, and we'll lock into that next. So topic number 3 this week is the Outfit Wars meta itself, and I'm tired. Let me just throw that right out there. I'm extremely tired, because what's happened is we decided, well, B-Way. Obviously, you guys know I play primarily with B-Way. I also play a lot with Bax. I play with Joke. I primarily play on Emerald. I like a lot of players on Emerald. I like a lot of outfits on Emerald. I'm friendly with a lot of people on Emerald. Emerald is my home. So everything that I'm going to talk about here is my experiences on Emerald, and I'm sorry if your server doesn't feel the same or doesn't have the same experience as I have had. But I'm tired. Right now, when we got the news that they were resetting the score, this was on Tuesday night, we had a meeting in B-Way, and we all decided that it was pretty much unanimous as well that we would go to battle and see if it was possible for us with our 73 playing members to beat SKL with its 8,000 members. Yes, you heard me right, 8,000 members in that outfit, and to see if we could beat them to gold in Outfit Wars, the gold rank for VS on Emerald in Outfit Wars. And when it first started, that it seemed like a great challenge. Could we really stem the tide of a truly Zerg fit on Emerald and beat them at their own game and try to beat Outfit Wars? Many players in B-Way signed up for 12-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts. I know at least 1 or 2 people played a full 24 hours straight of PlanetSide 2. I certainly did not do that, because obviously it was during the work week, so I have my normal day job where I would wake up in the morning. I would work my 8 hours, except every day this week I logged out of work at noon, grabbed lunch, went down and logged into PlanetSide 2 and played an hour of PlanetSide 2 for lunch, and then went back to work afterwards. Logged out of work around 5 o'clock, grabbed a quick dinner, didn't even eat with my family, and logged right back into PlanetSide 2, and usually played between 5:30 and 6 all the way to at least 11 o'clock, if not midnight most days. So if I played from 6 to midnight, that's another 6 hours plus my lunch hour. That's 7 hours each day I've been playing PlanetSide 2. So as you can see right now, Outfit Wars has become a second job for me. And it has become even more than that for a lot of the members of B-Way. Now, the fact that I am dedicating this much time to PlanetSide 2 just to try and beat SKL, and I can certainly tell you guys the first day we were maybe 500 points ahead of them in Outfit Wars, and then we had our night crew. Yes, you heard that correctly. We have a night crew playing, and those folks are playing from midnight to 6 a.m., and this is all Eastern time. Those folks are playing to stem back the tide and try and keep us ahead. After that first day, we were about 1,500 points behind SKL, and then we made up those points and then some during Thursday, which pushed us into Friday. We were ahead of them on Friday, which puts us into Saturday. We're ahead of them on Saturday. And now today is Sunday. We're ahead of SKL as well on Sunday. And I'm reading announcements saying that they are trying to do a quote-unquote friendly competition with B-Way, and they're trying to throw their entire might at us to try and take us over or overtake us in Outfit Wars today. When I read something like that, I say again, I'm tired. I'm putting far too much time into this Outfit Wars just to try and keep B-Way in the top or in the gold position on the Vanu side in Outfit Wars. This is an unsustainable assault that we're doing, and I'll say it again, I'm tired. I'm tired of playing PlanetSide 2. I've been putting too much time into this game. I've threatened to uninstall the game a couple times this week. I've logged in to our TeamSpeak server, and the first words out of my mouth have been, fuck this game. I'm becoming extremely burnt out on PlanetSide 2 because of Outfit Wars. If someone like me, who is only dedicating 7 hours a day to this, I can't imagine how some of my outfit mates who are putting in 12, 16, or 24 hours feel towards PlanetSide 2. I don't mind playing a game when I'm doing a stream for like Extra Life or something like that. These games are my de-stressor, so I like to sit down after work. I usually play from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern and then go to bed. So for me to be putting 7 hours a day in when I'm usually playing 2 hours a day, this is definitely overkill for me. And I'm playing PlanetSide 2 to the detriment of every other game that I play. Obviously, with the coronavirus quarantine or stay-at-home orders, I'm not doing my normal board game night, which is usually Thursdays, so I can dedicate my Thursdays to PlanetSide 2 and Outfit Wars. And everything like that. I'm stuck at home. I can't go anywhere. I'm not allowed to go anywhere. So sitting in and playing PlanetSide 2 is definitely what I can do. So certainly it's cool. It's good that this kind of fell at the same time as this quarantine, where a lot of people have free time to play in this. But this Outfit Wars, qualification phase is really beginning to grate on me. And I think it's going to break a lot of people. There is no way that B-Way is going to participate in the second phase, or not second phase, the next Outfit Wars participation phase or qualification phase like we are doing for this one. This is a completely unsustainable process, and I hope the devs listen to me when I say this, because this is killing my love for PlanetSide 2, continuing to play this. And yes, I understand that this is my choice to continue to play PlanetSide 2 and do Outfit Wars, but I'm feeling a lot of pressure from the folks in the outfit to play as much as they are, to keep B-Way on top of the leaderboard so that we can do what we've set out to do. And yeah, again, you guys are just going to say, listeners are going to say, well, stop playing if you don't want to play. And I've got to see this through to the end. Thankfully, this qualification phase is going to end tonight, and then I'm going to take a much-needed break from PlanetSide 2. And I'm questioning everything about the game at this point. But not only that, are these my experiences with Outfit Wars, and I just want to say, fuck this game. I can't keep playing it at this pace. This is just too much. I'm not built for this. I'm not set up for this. But in addition to this, other people are seeing that Outfit Wars meta is absolutely detrimental for the game itself. I mean, and we're implicit on this as well, or complicit on this as well. We're purposely letting bases fall during alerts because our outfit name isn't on the base. And I think everybody is doing this. It's not just us. I know other outfits are deliberately following us, stream sniping us so that they can fight us everywhere that we go. And that's freaking despicable type of play. Some outfits are TKing members of other outfits that they see on point, which is ridiculous. I know outfits are switching factions to manipulate base caps. Like I know I've seen some people switch from NC to VS to cap a base and then switch back so that they can recap it. That's despicable. It's just absolutely insane that on top of all these things that some people are, doing shifts around the clock to just keep playing this game because we're all afraid that if we don't, we're going to fall off the leaderboard altogether and not qualify for Outfit Wars. So right now, this Outfit Wars meta is very detrimental to the game. And I can only hope that the developers are listening to me, listening to everybody else who is saying this about how this is going right now, and they have a goal or some real concrete changes to the future of Outfit Wars, because at this point, I would much rather prefer that they take every outfit that wants to, participate in the Ultimate Outfit Wars final battle on Desolation, throw all those names in a hat, and then randomly choose people. I would much rather see them do that than continue doing what they're doing right now with forcing, all these outfits to compete as much as they are to get into Outfit Wars. I can only say that it's good that this is only a couple week thing, because this is absolutely burning me out on the game, and I can't be the only person who is getting horribly burnt out on this for doing this. And yes, I know people are going to say, well, just stop playing, but at this point, I can't. We need to see this through. So there you have it. Those are my experiences right now with Outfit Wars. I'm hating every minute of it right now, even though I will say, I've logged in and I've got a ton of kills right now. I'm sitting on a 2.5 KD right now in game. I've Araxiumed a weapon in game. So I'm definitely accomplishing stuff, but it's certainly beginning to grate on me. And hopefully it's not grating on my wife, as she knows I'm in the basement all day playing PlanetSide 2. So please, devs, please listen to me. Please listen to everybody else that's saying this. Please give me some sort of relief for this, because I can't do this grind again, and I know a lot of other people can't do this grind again. You're just going to get left with the giant Zerg fits or giant outfits out there who just play normally with thousands of players in their outfit. Those are the only teams that you're going to see in Outfit Wars going forward, because you're going to kill this type of competitive play for the rest of us that play this game. I'm going to get off my soapbox now, and we're just going to move on to housekeeping and wrap up this week's show.
Housekeeping. Housekeeping.
Come back later, please.
Housekeeping.
Not now.
Housekeeping.
Go away.
I coming anyway?
So as always, well, not as always, I guess this week, no other emails this week, nothing like that. Everybody's dumping everything they can into Outfit Wars, and I'm not surprised. So that's going to be it for this week's show. How can you get in touch with me or the show itself? Well, first stop should be my website, which is www.instantactionpodcast.com. You can also email me at instantactionshow@gmail.com. If you do, I'll always read your emails out on the show and respond to it. And you can also follow the show on Twitter at InstActPodcast. But in closing, if you've enjoyed the show, please leave me a review on your podcast listening avenue of choice, whether it's iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or anywhere else. Also, feel free to tell your friends and outfit mates about the show. But finally, thanks for listening, and keep spamming that join combat, formerly known as Instant Action button. Derringer out.
Damn, the Instant Action Podcast. Tune in every Thursday night at 7 in the morning.
Podcast now. Every Thursday night at 7 in the morning.